180 kilos of pure cocaine. 6 ordinary suitcases, wheeled through a British airport in broad daylight. No disguises, no panic, no rush. What they did not know was that the operation was already over, because every step they took was already being watched. This is the moment the National Crime Agency would later describe as the collapse of a major organized crime network. The footage shows Umair Mohammed, Safa Noor, Amir Shafak, and Sarah Hussein moving together, calm, unhurried, each suitcase packed with cocaine worth tens of millions of pounds. They do not run. They do not check behind them, because in their minds, the hardest part is already done. The airport car park is the final handover point. This is where the drugs disappear into the supply chain. This is where cities would have been flooded. This is where violence would have followed. Waiting for them is their associate, Khaled Abdulkawi. This is the final link in the chain. Once the suitcases leave this space, the cocaine is gone. But what the group cannot see is the perimeter closing, because the National Crime Agency has been tracking this operation. Long before this moment, behind the scenes, investigators are already certain. This is not a mistake. This is not an opportunistic run. This is a coordinated importation. And behind it all is the person prosecutors later describe as the organizer, the controller, the criminal mind holding the operation together, Farzana Kauser. She arrives separately. She does not carry a suitcase. She does not need to, because this is not her role. Her role is command. In that moment, the surveillance ends, and the arrests begin. Armed officers surround the vehicles. Hands are raised. Cars are boxed in. The 6 suitcases never leave the ground. Inside them, 180 kilos of cocaine, enough to devastate communities, enough to fuel addiction, violence, and organized crime. On an industrial scale, this is not just a seizure. This is a shutdown. What follows is forensic dismantling. Phone data, travel patterns, surveillance logs, every message, every movement, every role. Investigators trace how the group communicated, how they coordinated, how they believed they were invisible. They were not. By the time the final arrest is made, the picture is complete. Every suitcase accounted for, every suspect identified, every role exposed. This was not bad luck. It was planning. And the planning collapsed in full view of the cameras. 6 suitcases, multiple arrests. 1 major trafficking route stopped before it ever reached the streets. What looks like ordinary CCTV is now evidence that dismantled an entire criminal network. And for the people who believed they were untouchable, after the operation was dismantled, the court delivered its sentences. Farzana Kauser, identified by prosecutors as the organizer of the smuggling network, was jailed for 13 years and 4 months. Safa Noor, 19, received a sentence of 7 years and 2 months. Mohammed Amir Shafak, 28, was sentenced to 8 years and 9 months. Umair Mohammed, 22, was given 8 years and 1 month. Junaid Shafak, 33, was handed 10 years and 9 months. Khaled Abdulkawi, 36, also received 10 years and 9 months. Sarah Hussein, who had pleaded guilty to participating in the activities of an organized crime group, was sentenced to 2 years, suspended for 2 years. Hamza Shafak, 18, is expected to be sentenced later in the year.
Like, comment, and subscribe for all the latest crime updates.